Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're out here in the Oasis and we are planting some prickly pear cactus. Yeah, I haven't done much with cacti. I think they'll be a nice addition to our backyard ecosystem. They are native here and I am taking them from another part of my yard, to be honest with you. But they're really easy to propagate and I'm going to do it today. So we'll clean
All
up a little
right, hey there,
section and
Bucket
make it
Pond
pretty
family.
nice. Let's get
Today
started.
we are out here in the backyard oasis and we are working on this section. This is the back corner and I've started cleaning things up out here. We have pool pond number 3 with some amaryllis and some spiderwort plants. It's beautiful. I love it and I'm very happy with this section right now. But today we're working right here. And this is behind pool pond number 2. And over here I have planted a ton of Virginia or Ohio spiderwort. And the bees love this stuff. We love the bees. They're all over these flowers. And even though many people would consider this plant to be a weed, I think it's really cool. It's cold weather tolerant here. It can survive the snow and ice and stuff. And I planted these last year, so I don't want to lose them. I'm going to put them right here around pool pond number 2 and prepare this section for our cactus plants. And there we are. I've moved a couple of them. Nothing to it really. They will melt a little bit after being moved, but they'll recover quickly. And within a few months, we should have some nice bushy wildflowers right here. I think that's perfect. I love a meadow vibe out here. But in this section, it's been a very dry and sunny spot, and none of my pond plants would grow here. It was just too dry. They couldn't do it. So I've taken a log from one of the trees that fell on the oasis, and we're using that to build up a little flower box, basically. That barrier will help to stop me from stepping on the plants or kicking them. And yeah, it'll just look kind of cool. And plus, I like to use the pieces of those trees that fell on the oasis. Something about working them into the projects just really makes me happy. So this is basically an extension of this area. I had thought about putting another pond over here, because that would change the surrounding area enough for us to have some of our interesting plants, but instead, we're going to plant cactus. And now we have to go find some, so I have my old trusty bucket, and we're going to gather up a few cuttings. Now, cuttings from these prickly pear cactus plants, they're very easy to work with. Um, Most of the time, the plant will simply shed a few sections here and there, nodes or chunks or whatever you want to call them. I'm sure there's a better term for it, but the leaves, these extensions of the cactus plant, they will occasionally break off. Extreme weather or maybe a tree branch falls and knocks it over. But these pieces, once they hit the ground, they start to grow some roots and they form a new cactus plant. I think it's really cool. And this behavior, this strategy of reproduction, makes it very easy for us to propagate the prickly pear. These pieces all have roots on them, and yeah, they should take immediately to our new location. I did think about adding like a sunshade back there or something to reduce the sunlight and, make things a little bit more moist and start to encourage our taro and stuff to grow there. But these cactus plants are the best solution for me. This is low cost, low tech, and almost guaranteed to work, so yeah. Now these plants, they do make some flowers here and there, even some strange fruit that I hear is edible. I haven't tried it myself. Anytime I talk about something being edible, somebody will get in the comments very upset for some reason, and they'll jump all over me and talk about how, don't eat this, it tastes horrible, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, don't eat any of this stuff at home, guys, unless you really know what you're doing. But those comments are always strange. But here's a great example. This is another piece from a nearby plant, and it's about to fall off. And yeah, that should work. It should grow roots for us. It looks a little yellow, but I'm confident that it is alive still. This is actually my wife's cactus plant, and I promised that I wouldn't damage it. So we can take pieces that fell or pieces that are about to fall. And I might even get a tiny, young, fully formed cactus plant if we're lucky. Yeah, here we go. So this little guy will be perfect. This one is virtually guaranteed to grow. And yeah, it does have a few roots on it, a few nodes or leaf sections or whatever. And yeah, we'll plant that over here. So this location, you may remember a while back, I did chunk an ant colony into the oasis. Literally a whole ant colony, a local native ant colony, I should say. And yeah, ants. I'm not Ants Canada. I'm no Ants Canada, but I do like the ants, and generally they're not a problem for me. But right here in this spot, I have disturbed them a great deal with all that digging and preparing this area. So they are stinging me a bit. They're biting me, and that's okay. I don't mind too much. Uh, yeah, sucks for them. A few of the ants were murdered, but it'll be okay. It'll be fine. I'm not gonna dump a bunch of pesticide out here or anything. Right now they're biting me because I'm messing with their hive, so that's my fault. Hopefully they will recover and maintain a presence here near the cactus plants. I think that'll be fun, and yeah, we'll let them live there. And here's our first. We're gonna call this guy. I don't know. I'll come up with names later. But I am using a small digging stick, a twig, to help position the cacti and to get them into the orientation that we need. This guy does have a few roots on it, and they've actually rooted into some leaves and stuff, so yeah, that's really cool. And I'm just going to disturb the soil here and kind of mimic the way that I found it. So that one part was slightly in the soil with a little bit of leaf litter and stuff on it, so I'll just kind of rough this soil up and work it into place. I did not do anything to condition this soil. It's just my topsoil, kind of scraped up and put into a little pile. Uh, it's a sandy topsoil. It's former farmland. Should be fine. You know, it's not super fertile or incredibly well draining, but that's okay. I think it'll do fine for these cactus plants. It seems like every plant that I look up online has such a similar description. Use well draining soil, water, but do not overwater. And I just see that for every plant that I look up. I have things growing in jars right now, and if you were to go look up a care sheet on this plant, it would say, do not overwater. And I always love that kind of stuff. These cactus plants, I doubt that they would ever grow in any kind of aquatic situation, and that's okay, you know. I don't want to get poked. They are covered with little sharp spikes, and yeah, that's okay. I only got poked one time over the course of this video, just a few needles in my finger, so it's pretty good. Now that last one I planted right there, it had no roots at all, so it's kind of an outlier here, as everything, these other three cuttings and chunks of cactus, they all have a few roots on them. The roots seem to grow from the same spots that the needles come out of, so that's really interesting. And here we go. Yeah, we've prepared the location, we've planted our cacti, and they look a bit funny because, that's how we found them. But I'm confident that each one of these should grow into a nice cactus plant. I didn't want to put them too close together or too far apart, so I think I made a nice selection here, a nice choice. They should form kind of a barrier. As I've given up on the pallet fence, it was mostly destroyed by the hurricane, and I have a few sections left, but I don't have it right here, so hopefully these cactus plants will act as a little bit of a barrier, allowing anoles and other animals to hide and live around us. It seems like a lot of my plants, like my yucca plants and stuff, anything that is big and spiky, the lizards, the anoles, they seem to enjoy it a great deal, as it acts like a defensive cover area for them. So hopefully that applies here as well in the future. But yeah, guys, I'm pretty happy with this. I've been wanting to show you the Oasis more often, but really it seems like nobody watches those videos, and I think it's a question of presentation, but also I need to know, like, what do you want to see out here? You want to see the pool ponds more often? You want to see some lilies and outdoor projects I have going on? Let me know in the comments. Personally, I love the pool ponds, and we have number 2 and number 3 right here, and they're just magical. They're wonderful. Our pig frogs are starting to move back in, our large aquatic frogs that we imported here. I say imported, but I just caught them down the road as tadpoles and I raised them here in the ponds, so they kind of live here, you know. But yeah, look at this, you guys. We have some nice lotus flowers on the way. Tons of plants busting out of these kids' play pools, like wildly successful and beautiful as well. So please let me know in the comments what you would like to see in the Oasis as we do more videos out here.
I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. We got our cacti planted behind me. They're beautiful. A little chaotic, just like us. And they should do very well out here. But the main reason I made this video was because I wanted to ask you, what would you like to see out here in the Oasis? What do you want me to show you? I want to make videos out here, but I'm curious about what you guys would like to see. So please let me know. And yeah, thank you to my YouTube members and Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. And I hope everyone has a great day.